get certified to give the test out. It's like, just go to your thing and like type in your zip code and it'll show you the closest prompter within 100 miles. I'm like, I did that. And the closest prompter for me with the 100 miles is like 70 miles away and they're not taking my phone call. First, and then second of all, I don't think it's that cool to hit them up and be like, hey, you know this corona thing that's going on? I'm going to go to your home and get tested by you, a total stranger.
Yeah.
And their response is, like, you could have someone else get certified, someone who isn't related to you, or like one of your like, or your coworker. I was just like, cool. The only people who would willingly do this for me, who aren't super busy with like their jobs, would be like my father-in-law, because he fucking loves to help, or maybe my brother-in-law. But guess what? They're family now. It's like, and I can't use any of my workers. So I was like, everybody I work with that's my coworker, most of them are related to me. So it's like this whole thing, and there's like, and their answer was like, well, we don't know. I was like, what do you mean you don't fucking know? Like, I get that you have, that there's a problem going on in the worldwide, but I need an answer. Your answer could be like, hey, we don't know what's going on right now, but we'll make sure to take care of you whenever we can take care of you. Right. It's like, that's all I wanted. That would have been really cool, but they're being super shitty about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got to go to UVA College. I call them. They say, yeah, we're taking tests. I was like, okay, let's fucking do it. So I'm driving my ass to fucking UVA College. It was last week. I think on like Thursday. It was like the most boringest drive to get there. I get there, everything's fucking dead. There's like no one. And I was like, I don't know what building I'm supposed to be at, because I've never been to this shitty community college and there's not anybody you can ask. So now I'm like opening up like their website, trying to find out what building's what. It's like poorly drawn. It looks like the fucking map that we had at Chico High. I was just like, is this the B building? Is this the C building?
Yeah.
I find a sign on the door and it says like, hey, if you're here for the testing center, follow the arrows. So I follow the arrows for like 4 minutes. This fucking maze to get to where I have to go to. And I get there and there's just this one guy, dude, just this one guy behind a desk. And I pop in and he goes, hello. And I go, hello. And he goes, what are you doing here? And I go, I'm here to take a test for Pearson VUE. And then he goes, he fucking, he looks through his board and like there's a piece of paper. There may be like 3 names on there. And he's just like, yeah, right here. Gotcha. All right, let's fucking do this. And I was like, all right. So he made me like, I had to read this thing and sign it. And like, he's like, here, this is your locker. Put all your belongings in your locker. I was just like, hey, dude, there's like no one here. Did we have to be? He's like, gotta do the job, gotta be legit. And I was like, okay. So I'm being super professional. I'm reading all the things. He's like, one of the points in the reading of the things, it says like, I can't have chewing gum. And I was like, because it would disturb other test takers. And I was gonna be like, there's no one else here. Can I keep my gum? But I was like, I'm just going to throw it away. I don't think I'm not going to fight with this guy. So I threw away my gum and I just see him like, cause he's like sitting at his desk waiting for me to finish reading this thing. And I spit out my gum and I go back to reading and I can just see him go. It's like, yeah, you did the right thing there.
Good call, bud.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm reading some more and it says like, take off all your belongings and put them in here, except for like, I think it was like watches and like, unless it was a smartwatch and like a ring, you keep on, glasses, and it said hats, and I had my hat on and I was like, okay. So then I go back to my locker, I unlock it with the lock that I had, I put my hat in there and I close it and I see the guy just like, yep, you did it. Good. Like fucking to the team, super professional. I read it, I go, cool. I sign it, I'm all good. And he goes, okay. He goes, fucking trip, I shit you not. He goes, all right, cool. I need to see your ID. It's like, okay, cool. Because it said bring your ID. So I gave him my ID and it has to match the ID to the name. It's like, fine, perfect. Cool. And he goes, I need to see a second form of ID. And I go, I don't have one. I didn't bring one. And he goes, well, like on the thing, it says to bring 2 forms of ID. I'm like, does it? And I'm like looking through my email and like, it's like, I'm scrolling through it, like, I can't fucking believe this. I came all the way out here. I've done all the thing. I've been waiting for so long to take this test. Like, I didn't bring a second form of ID, and I'm like scrolling, and like at the very bottom it says like must bring 2 forms of ID, and I was like, I can't fucking believe I didn't bring a second ID. And the guys, and I had the most like human moment. I go look at him, I'm like, I didn't bring one. I only have my one ID. And he goes, just keeps looking at me, and I go, I don't know what to tell you. Like I can't go back and back and have the thing. There's no one that can meet me here in time. And he just goes, hey, you got a credit card? And I was like, yeah, does that have your name on it? I was like, yeah. I was like, let me see it. He looks at it, he goes, all right, you're good. I was like, oh, thank Jesus. Oh,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
fucking...
I'm like, you didn't even have any credit cards or anything? I'm like, all right, so you have your insurance, you have your credit card, you have like a AAA card maybe, you've got...
I was like, because whenever anyone says like form ID, you go, cool, I'll just bring my ID and then like my passport or like my social security card. But I didn't have either of those. I didn't even think to be like, all right, that can work as a second form of ID. And he's just like, he signs the thing, he does the test, and I'm just like, I sit down and he's like, he gave me like a piece of paper that was laminated. He's like, he gave me like a dry erase. He was like, this is in case you want to take notes. I'm assuming if like there's like math questions, it's like, okay, I'm not going to need that. He goes, put your ID on the table. It's going to be visible at all times. And he goes, all right, cool. Like, go ahead, do the test. And I'm reading the first thing on the thing. It says like, hey, if you have any questions, raise your hand, and the prompter will like, come over to you. And I go, hey, if I need your attention, do I have to raise my hand? He goes like, nah, man, you're the only guy here. Just fucking come up to me. It's like, yeah, I could have had my hat on. I could have chewed my gum. I did the test. I got like a 88 out of 100, and I passed. I was like, oh, thank fucking God. Yeah, I was like, but leaving the school after going through the maze, I then really appreciated how fucking dead it was. I didn't see a single fucking person. I didn't see a single fucking car. I had to buy a parking pass. Yeah, I had to buy a parking pass to park there for the day. Like I bought it ahead of time. I printed it out. It was like $2, and I put it on my dashboard. It was like I didn't see a like a security guard. Like no one would have fucking checked. It was wild to see how dead it was. And I'm assuming that's what Chico State looks like, a fucking ghost town.
Yeah,
it's weird. That's crazy. Yeah, it was such a weird experience. Like if I couldn't imagine like if I would have gone out to Butte College when I was like a student and like there just not be anyone. Yeah,
I'm glad you finally made it through all that though. What a pain in the ass.
It was so frustrating because like you would email someone and then they would email you back, and then like I'd be like, cool, I'll email you I email you the same day you emailed me, and then they would get back to me like another day, and I'd be like, I know you're there. I literally just emailed you an hour after you emailed me. It's 5:00. Like it's not 5:00. Like you should still be open. And so I just have to every day just wait another day for a response. It's like,
dude,
and like I said,
hate that shit so much.
Like the part that really pissed me off was like, just get someone else to prompt it. Like ask someone for a favor. It's like people are fucking busy. Like you don't think it'd be, I mean, I know there's a lot of people who aren't working, but I can't be like, hey Trip, do me a solid. Can you get certified as a prompter and then give me this test? Like I'm not gonna fucking bug him with that. Like, are you kidding me? Like you're like one of my friends that I got trust with most anything, but I'm not gonna like burden you with this.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly. Like I can try, but it's gonna be on like next Wednesday maybe.
Hey man, you'd have like maybe a few hours a day because you have a job, like a legitimate thing that you do
after work. But I feel like that kind of thing you can't do after work.
Yeah, it was like, I was like there. It was just like it just felt so unprofessional to be like, that's your advice. Your advice is to have someone help me out instead of you help me out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. I just had to deal with some weird shit like that too, where these people aren't getting back to you when you need them to. But it's also like whenever they need you to do something, they're on your ass,
Oh, they're like, oh, yeah, it's the fucking worst, man. I don't know. That was
your experience at all. If they were just like, you need to get this done now, or what the situation was. But
at one point, they're like, hey, don't worry about it. We extended the day you can take your exam from 30 days to 60 days. Like, cool. Well, it still doesn't help me if it takes me 2 weeks to wait for an exam. That's 12 days gone of my 30 extra allotted days. And it took that much time. And there was just several times where I just wake up to an email being like, hey, by the way, this test that you had planned has been canceled. And then they go, just reschedule. I was like, okay, like, am I gonna have to go to Sacramento to take this fucking test? Like, how far am I gonna have to go to take this stupid test? I don't know, man. It was just like